This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. Like to be joined by Towering heavyweight Steve Robinson here in his hub city, Newcastle. Steve, back at St James's Park. How are you?
I'm good, thank you, yeah. It's an honour and a privilege to obviously be here today, so really excited.
Exciting times for you. You're here, you're going to be on this bill on Saturday night. You signed with Boxer. They're going to be showcasing you on Sky Sport as well. For someone that's 3-0, just getting going on the pro journey, it surely doesn't get much better than this.
Definitely, I mean, the card's phenomenal, you know. It's realistically, you look at the card and you've got a world champion on the card, you've got 4 possibly world champions in the next 12 months, and then even you know, the undercard, the YouTubers are GB up and comers, and it's going to be a fantastic night to be part of it. And you know, Sky Sports and Boxer are going to be, you know, in the next year they're going to be taking over boxing, so to be signed with them and to be on this platform, it's an unbelievable opportunity, and it's my time to showcase why they've signed us and what I'm about.
You've got the opportunity, you've got the platform. Going into the ring Saturday, you have been inactive for a while, but due to no fault of your own. Is that activity key now for you at the stage of your career? You want to be as busy as possible?
Definitely. I mean, speaking to people at Boxer over the last sort of few weeks, hopefully go out there, become 4-0 on Saturday night, get the win, and then, you know, if I can be out again in November or December time. Listen, this isn't a hobby for me. It's a job, and you know, I'm in the ring, I'm in the gym 365 days of the year. I diet, I don't drink, I don't party, I don't live the lifestyle. So for me, all it is boxing. So if I can get out 2 more times this year, get the knockout out the way, hopefully on Saturday, get out again by November or December, and ideally get 4 fights out of the way by sort of February, March time, and then, you know, it's on the up from there. 7-0, looking a step up to a 10-rounder, and then by my 10th fight, I want to be fighting for a title.
This is the first time you and I have spoken on camera, Steve, so I just wanted to take it back. You mentioned there you're a gym rat, you don't go out drinking or partying. This is you, this is your life. Where did that all start? Why was it boxing in the first place?
Well, funnily enough, it was football at first. 2013, I was signed with South China in Hong Kong. Had a nasty ligament injury, snapped the ligaments in my ankle. Was told I'll never play football again. So, February 2014 is when I walked into a gym. You know, didn't really know nothing about boxing. Walked into a gym to lose weight at 135 kilo. By July 2014, I had my first fight. 44 amateur fights later, and you know, I've boxed for my country. I realised, you know, there's a chance to do something in this sport, and you know, I realised the commitment that was needed to be part of the sport, and I just thought it's you know, it's give it me all or give it nothing, and I've always had that mentality from the football days. So I went in sort of 4 years ago when I first boxed for England. I decided that's it, you know, give it everything, and that's how it is.
I'm sure after that injury and, you know, wondering what would come next, I imagine that was a horrible thing to deal with, but it sounds like you've been in the gym ever since you first went in. We talk about the boxing bug, people getting that bug. How instant was it for you when you first went into that boxing gym, that you fell in love with it?
I mean, I remember my first fight. It was in a social club. There was probably no more than 200 people there, and I stopped the guy in the second round. And the atmosphere was as if I was walking out on St James's Park in front of 52,000. It was just like, there's no better drug in the world than adrenaline. You know, that's why you've got these adrenaline junkies in these sports that, you know, these base jumping sports and stuff, that they could just die because adrenaline is the best drug in the world. And from then on, I realised that, you know, this is it. And I remember being a kid, being at St James's Park, and I remember I was 6 years old when I first ever went to the arena to watch the wrestling. And I remember just the atmosphere of Bret Hart walking out, thinking, one day I want to be here, one day I want to be a wrestler. And you know, to walk out, and although it's not wrestling, or you know, I'm not on Disney on Ice or anything what I would like to be on, but I'm walking out in front of 11,000 of my home fans. It's going to be a phenomenal atmosphere. It's a phenomenal opportunity, regardless whether it being being at Newcastle or being away. It's a great opportunity to be part of, and something I never thought I would do.
We've seen these big nights. You mentioned we've had all sorts of things at the arena over the years, but we've also seen Lewis Ritton he's on this bill as well, bringing thousands and thousands of fans back for North East boxing. I'm sure you've been around those sort of nights as well. What is the end dream for you, not only to headline that arena, but dreaming big, this place right behind you here?
Definitely. I mean, Lewis Ritton gets the win on Saturday, gets another, 1 or 2 wins, why not fight Josh Taylor? Yeah, why not fight for a title? Yeah, because he's more than capable of doing it. And we could definitely sell out St James's Park. There's no reason why we can't. With Newcastle's been overlooked. Look at Troy Williams, what he done on the weekend. He's been overlooked for years. And he went and didn't. Nobody expected him to do that. And he's worked his way up the hard way, because Newcastle is really overlooked as a city within all sports, within boxing. And you just have to look at what's happening with football at the minute. Nobody wants this takeover to happen, because Newcastle, people for some reason don't want Newcastle to succeed. But it's our time now in football, it's our time now in boxing. Let's go there on Saturday and showcase what Newcastle's about, and showcase why we're such a proud little nation, and what and let the fans see on Sky Sports what we are about.
You mentioned that there. We've got a great crop of pros at the minute. We've got yourself coming through, Troy Williamson, brilliant fight the other night to win the British title. Lewis Ritton, Savannah Marshall, world champion, but also some fantastic amateurs coming through. The McCormack, Cyrus Patterson's turned over as well. How exciting a time is this, and how bright is that future?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Newcastle's been overlooked for the last sort of 10 years, really. And as you say, we've got so many GBs. We've got Mark Dickinson on this show, who's an ex-GB, and then you've got, like you say, the McCormacks. You've got Callum French, who's just turned over. So we have, we've had Simon Vallily, we've had Chris Burton. People forget about him, the heavyweight, who was a Sky Sports boxer. So we have had some fantastic fighters. And we're just, for some reason, we do get overlooked. So now it's time. We've got, a good stable of double-figure fighters who can be world champions. There's no reason why these people who are up and coming, and as you say, we've already got world champions in from the Northeast. So it's time for these people up and coming to show why the Northeast shouldn't be overlooked for boxing anymore, ever again.
Steve, I want to ask you about a couple of things in the heavyweight division. I'm sure you were tuned in on Saturday night. An unbelievable fight between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury out in Las Vegas. What was going through your head watching that fight? Absolute drama until the very end.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Tyson Fury done what he needed to do. He bullied him. He got in on him. He bullied him. He threw him about. Was it the most technical fight? No, it wasn't. Watching it, if you watch it from a boxing fan's point of view, it was an unbelievable fight. Wilder showed some great heart, and I was disappointed the way he took the loss, rather than just shaking his hand and being a man about it and then coming out and saying that. But I love Wilder's story, why he got into boxing, for his daughter, working 4 jobs, So what he's achieved in boxing is phenomenal, and it goes to show to everybody you can do whatever you want if you put your mind and heart into something, whether it be in sport, whether it be in a new job, or whatever you want to do, you can achieve it. And so I do really like Wilder's story. But Tyson, again, just showcasing what he's all about, and he's a connoisseur of boxing. He's an unbelievable sportsman, an unbelievable man, and what he's done in the sport. And on the night, he done what he needed to do, got the win, brought that title back. So I think Joshua needs to go away, watch that fight, show the way he used his heavyweight attributes, go and put some weight on, do the exact same to Usyk and get them titles back, and hopefully we'll see them September time next year.
You mentioned that Joshua and Usyk are going to tango once again. Tyson Fury looks most likely to fight Dillian Whyte. Do you think there's anyone at the top of the pile right now capable of beating Tyson Fury?
It's heavyweight boxing. It takes one shot, as we've seen. Tyson Fury was down a few times. Over the 3 fights, he's been down a few times. He's getting back up, and he's done well. He's done well to get his vision back and box his way out of that situation. But do I see anyone beating Tyson Fury when I watch them? No, I don't, because he is an unbelievable fighter. And as I say, he's a connoisseur of the sport. He knows more about you than you know yourself. I remember the face-off with him and David Haye, and he was telling David Haye things that he had done. David Haye was going, I can't remember that, and because he's a boxing critic. It's all he's ever done since he was 4 years old, and he's, as I say, the switch hitting, the movement. You just don't expect that from a 6'9", 19 stone man, but he does it, and he does it unbelievably well. And I can't see anybody beating him. But listen, it's heavyweight boxing, so you know, it's one shot. It takes one shot on the top of that temple or on a nerve, and you know you're knocked out. So can he be beat? Yeah, of course he can. But do I see if he sticks to his game plan and he goes in there with the right mindset, I can't see anybody beating him at the moment.
Steve, I'm going to leave you with one last question here because I think we're about to start the press conference. Obviously exciting times for Newcastle United, just being bought out now, one of the wealthiest clubs in the world. If you had to choose a treble for Newcastle United or a world title for yourself, which would it be?
A world title by myself at St James's Park. Listen, you know, I wouldn't be in this sport if I didn't dream big and didn't expect something. So, you know, that's for me. That's the future. That's where I want to be.
Right, Steve, best of luck on Saturday. Thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.